welcome. We are back after a week of hiatus, and I'm joined here by two lovely guests, Ali Anwar and Ali Khazri. First, we'll start with Ali Anwar. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you for having me. I'm Ali Anwar, a returning guest. Happy to be here again.
And now Ali Khazruni,
Also a returning Ali. One of three.
one of three.
So-
Three Alis, triple A.
Ali squared.
Yeah.
We got triple A's, and we're about to drop a lot of triple A bombs. Speaking of triple a large company was recently bought out by the PIF for approximately 55 billion. Does anyone know which company that is? EA Sports was bought by. Come again? Yeah, just EA in general. Man, it's like my brain's like EA Sports. It's in the game. So yes, EA was bought out by three companies, the PIF and two other companies.
Clear Lake, I think Capital.
Let me
If I'm
just
not
open the
mistaken. But yeah,
document.
anyways, it's just
Here it is. Silver Lake and Jared Kushner's Affinity Partners.
yeah, it's a lake of some sort.
Yes.
Or,
You're not off.
One of the lakes.
So
Some-
there is a bit of controversy going on right now that people are complaining about that, like they don't want their games to be affected by like Saudi influence.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we've barely seen anything like. Was it SNF that Saudi?
I
bought?
will interject.
Okay, go on.
The King of Fighters game,
We only had Ronaldo in
the
it.
recent one, the City of Wolves. Yeah,
Ronaldo.
and that silly DJ as well.
Salvatore.
I don't know any of
Salvatore
them.
Ganacci.
So I think they promised shareholders when they initially acquired the Sankey that Saudi is not going to have any directional involvement in how the game is going to go.
But this is more like marketing for themselves.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it's a sportification.
yes, a lot of people don't like that, especially once, at first they was going to say, oh, we're hands off, and then turns out that no, they're very much hands on last minute. I think a lot of people got like.
But again,
Blindsided?
I would like it. I don't see it like as really like ruining like.
Yeah, I mean,
No, it
I think
doesn't-
people are making it bigger than what it is.
Yeah.
Because any other country that isn't Saudi, it would be a non-issue or much less news. I don't know.
Exactly. I agree with you.
Yeah.
We won't mention that country.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I think if you promise as an investor to do one thing and then do another and get involved into the creator, whichever country you come from, I think it's puts kind of a bad taste in people's mouths.
I would say yes, but I also hope that they would, and this is like a very personal thing from me. It's like I just hope they really veer off the agenda politics that they added recently into a lot of their games.
Yeah.
Like especially Dragon Age Inquisition was really run down the line with like its weird dialogues with their characters.
Oh, I kind of forgot Dragon Age was from
Yes.
EA.
Yes.
It didn't do well.
It didn't do
It
well
didn't do
because
well.
a lot of the character writing was just taken for granted by like people who just
Yeah.
wanted to self-insert
It
themselves.
wasn't like well fleshed out. I think that's most of the
Completely
people.
not.
Which is funny because they did a lot of community testing. I know for a fact that they invited a lot of streamers that have had long ties with EA and Dragon Age, like long time Dragon Age fans, and they, obviously went in, endorsed the game, like, wow, this game is really good and stuff like that.
To be fair, I think for these streamers, they actually did enjoy the game.
They did,
that
yes.
came out.
But I think like that's the
So-
issue, right? They handpicked people.
Yeah,
like, these people will obviously like this type of thing because it's a part of
I'm not
their.
opposed to that because they do that in fighting games as well. They
Of
bring
course, of course.
actual players or formal players and then see what works from a balance
Yeah,
perspective.
but here's the thing: they didn't invite like the classical Dragon Age fans.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
This is the way they do it. They look who is their target market, who they want to aim for. They get people who represent that group, and that's in this case it just so happens to be these content creators and streamers in the Dragon Age space, and they tell them, "Come in. We want to hear your opinions because you are the kind of people we want to sell this game to." And to their credit, they did.
They did,
create
but
the game
they're-
that now, did it sell as well? Did it make the profits that they expected? That's a different story.
I was just gonna say that.
But it created the game that they envisioned. I'm just saying. That's what I, mean to say.
The question is here now, PIF's purchase, obviously, will it be more profit driven, more focused on getting returns for investors? Because in the end of the day, it is an investment fund. Bottom line is maximizing shareholder value.
Of course, it's a
whatnot.
diversification
Yeah,
of
and
Saudi.
then there's government involved as well. So I think the current goal is to kind of, Saudi's plan is to kind of make gaming into part of its like GDP, so to speak.
Very
That's
true.
why they have EWC every year, and that was a better success than it was last year, and it's ever improving. I think the question is, when is that going to end? Because people are saying the investment is not always going to be as big as it is now. That's the only worry that people will have. But at the moment, it seems like Saudi is investing really heavily into video games, which can be a very good thing for us.
It is like it's bringing like a lot of regional servers for us, like League of Legends, Valorant, Rocket League.
Tournaments as well. You have
Tournaments
WC,
as well.
which I just mentioned.
Yes,
That's,
yes.
huge. You'd never have that in the Gulf before. It was always a dream to like go to the States.
And
or
I also
Japan.
am very happy about that.
Yeah. It was a really well run tournament, very organized. Ali and myself went for the Street Fighter tournament. What was it? A month ago? Yeah,
Approximately.
a month ago.
Approximately.
Right,
Very well done.
and you two visited there.
Yeah. I just wish the venue was bigger. But
I wish you had more time as well. Like we were only
which
there
game
for
did they prioritize for the big stage, the venue?
CS:GO, I think.
Yeah, that makes
Really?
sense. CS:GO.
I think CS:GO was at the same time as Street Fighter, so
Which is funny because Street Fighter, I think, was literally the last event, or even CS:GO.
keep in mind
of
the
the whole
EWC,
calendar.
keep in mind the EWC was running for like 2 months or something like that.
There's
Oh,
so many
wow.
games. Yeah,
They had a lot of games.
We're going off track.
Yeah.
We're going off track.
Anyways.
but it's all connected to Saudi.
It is connected to Saudi, yes.
But
It just
I
goes
mean,
to show the amount, how serious they are about investing
Yes.
into gaming.
Yeah, and
And I
EA
hope people see that.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I mean, I'm not a big fan, I would say, of EA games. Only a select few.
The Sims.
Could be great. Yeah, Sims is really good. Yeah. Again, it could be a really big thing, a really like strategic move, and hopefully we get to see that in their games, because they kind of had a lot of mixed results recently with their games. FIFA is stagnating as well, from what I hear. And
Well, it's called FC now.
yeah, well, yeah.
One thing about FIFA that I heard people wonder about is if Saudi is going to interject when it comes to gambling, because FIFA Ultimate Team has been one of EA's biggest money
the
makers
card
for the
packs,
longest
right,
time.
and the random factors. Yeah.
But it is a very heavy gambling. It's been heavily criticized so many times that it is gambling. It's very addicting. It is very exploitative. And there are concerns about whether Saudi will act on that or whether they'll ignore it. And
Maybe they
profit
can
from
just think of a way to tone it down, because similar to what Blizzard did with the loot boxes.
Or they
But
could.
the problem is, it is one of EA's biggest revenue
It
streams.
is the biggest.
It's
because,
the biggest
yeah,
problem.
Yes.
yeah. Because again, the way they look at things is they're not just selling you a product; they are selling you something that will eventually have you putting on more consistent money
It
True.
is.
as you play into the game. That's been the EA model. They've always tried to do that since, God knows, 10, 15 years ago.
And they've been successful
Yeah,
with FIFA the most.
they've just exactly. They're kind of doing this model because, again, FIFA, FC, the largest sports and most popular by far.
And that's
in
why
the world.
Madden.
That's why
Madden
for the
is one
longest
in the
time,
States.
for the longest time, EA did not have any incentive to improve the game. That's why the game was very stagnant for a very long time, because why invest so much money into improving your core game when your core game is not what's making you money?
If it ain't broke,
It's
don't
this
fix
side,
it,
it's this side content which brings in so much money
Yeah.
because it's basically a gotcha system.
Yeah, it is, and let's see what happens. I hope it's a good move, and hope things do change for the
We'll have to see what they have in store to changes.
You want to talk about the next big?
First, we'll say the last few fun facts about this purchase, and then we'll head out to the crapper in the room. So it was, let's see, it was an agreed deal for 55 billion. Let's see, the PIF now technically they own FC, The Sims, Mass Effect, Dragon Age, Skate, was it?
Yeah.
Yes, Skate. The deal will make EA private, meaning all of their public shares will be purchased and will no longer be traded as in the stock exchange. The purchase price puts a significant 25% premium on the market value of EA, valuing to 210.
That's good. Good
That's
value.
really good.
I mean, if you own a lot of shares, you get 25%
And
return on top as well.
yeah, and last but not least, this will make it the second largest buyout of any video game company,
After everyone's favorite.
Activision Blizzard. And now we'll go to the
Speaking of
Microsoft.
Speaking of Activision and Microsoft, the price hike by 50% of Xbox Game Pass. We all knew that the Xbox Game Pass will eventually keep going higher and higher and higher. And here we are to a point where Xbox Game Pass is $29.99 for its Ultimate Edition.
Yeah.
And on Twitter
That's
there was
$360 a year.
approximately.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Xbox not.
I wanted Xbox 360 back.
Yeah.
Not
$360 on top of it. Yeah. They're having a bad year. Let's put it at that.
They've been having a bad decade.
especially this year. I mean, with the tariff situation and whatnot. But they had 2 price hikes this year in the console.
It doesn't even make sense because
In addition to this.
Okay, fine. I will admit the first tariffs, affected. What's the point? The second tariffs, they don't make sense.
Yeah.
Nobody is buying your consoles, and
They stop buying your subscription.
Everyone's leaving your subscription.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I mean, the smart move that they did was have the memberships linked with PC. I think that was a smart move because Microsoft's direction has changed for a while. They're more into PC gaming because they looked at it from a perspective where a lot of people don't own Xboxes, but they do. Everyone owns a PC, or almost everyone does. So that's the kind of model that they're going through, and I think successful to a certain extent. But then when you publish a video and say that, we've listened to your concerns, we've heard
And
your library issues.
I was gonna talk about the video and what
insane
they
the amount
summarized.
of gaslighting that they have done with that video. I don't know how they did it with a straight face, and then there's just boom 50.
It becomes a question: do they actually believe what they're saying?
They don't. So we're gonna talk about some of the things that they're giving to the 50% price hike, which is 75 plus day one games / year, including all Xbox Game Studios. Which come on, yani, we're paying a premium, and that's that was already given for 50% less before. Plus 400 games in the library across console, PC, and handheld and cloud. EA Play membership, and of course Ubisoft Plus Classic membership. Nobody gives a damn about Ubisoft anymore. And now you can play your Ubisoft games. Nobody cares.
Yeah, it was EA as well. Don't forget.
EA fine.
Yeah.
I would say maybe some of their games.
I think there's just more options now than having an Xbox.
Not even that. I'm gonna say one thing. When it was 19.99. You could say it could have gotten you 5 new games worth.
Yeah.
But now it's 2019. I can get one Silk song for less than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
True.
I like how we're using that as a.
Yes, I will have to use that.
Yeah.
We have Fortnite Crew, which I don't even know what that is. Enhanced Xbox Cloud Gaming, in-game perks, online console multiplayer, which I'll play on PC, and nobody gives a damn. And boosted Microsoft rewards, which again.
Very vague. I think the Microsoft rewards is like a cashback system.
It's like a cashback. Yeah. So if you finish 1 year, and here's the way it's going to work. Not many people know this. If you play approximately a minimum of 5 hours a day, that's when you cash in the daily bonus. And let's say you work let's say you work and everything, so you're not gonna get up to the required amount for the upgrade or to use
you
your.
only get the bonus if you play 5 hours a day.
365 days a year. So you need to log in 5 hours a day.
That's
log in
a full-time job.
Log in before you go to work. Stay in the game and come back home later.
That's a full-time job.
That's a full-time job itself.
I mean, ignore the electricity that costs or whatever. I mean, we're blessed with subsidies here.
It's inflation.
But yeah, I mean, it's just baffling. I will not be surprised if they U-turn.
I hope they do, because
I think they will. I think they will. I think it's just
At
They
the very
think-
least, they
yeah.
should introduce some regional pricing.
Yeah, I mean,
Some form of regional pricing that's more fair to lower income countries.
I think that's
and
the
all.
one thing that Xbox had going for it, because they did not have regional pricing. It was like everywhere was the same, and a lot of their stores were not region locked. That's the main advantage they had on PlayStation, because PlayStation has ridiculous regional pricing as well, where games are more expensive in the Middle East because they somehow deem that Middle Easterners' medium
I
income
think
is higher.
an
than
even bigger
Americans.
culprit than PlayStation was Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things start from Nintendo, so
Oh my!
and a lot of not of good things as well.
Yes, you want. So I guess you want to veer off to Nintendo, or you guys want to talk about SF first?
No, there's still you want to talk about the Xbox Rogue Ally.
Oh yes, the Rogue Ally was released last week, and it technically was almost sold out, but they're still selling them again.
Okay.
One thing that doesn't make sense to me is the price point of the new Xbox consoles.
Yeah.
The Xbox the Xbox Series X is around $800.
Yeah.
The
Again, two price
PlayStation.
hikes.
Here's the thing, right? The PlayStation 5 Pro is almost the same price.
Yeah.
And you get a better deal if you get the PlayStation Pro because like it's a better console.
Yeah, you got slightly more exclusives. Well, not slightly, but you do have more exclusives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's just baffling. It's just it's funny because our next topic is gonna be also about pricing, and
We're talking finances today, people. Finances.
There's
why you
not
got
enough
two-
of financing.
I
going
got two
on.
accountants on the street.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I also have.
I think we'll have Mr.
Three of us actually
yeah.
started accounting and finance.
Yeah. We'll have
Oh,
Mr. Ali
Lord.
Anwar introduce the Capcom topic.
Before we start, the Xbox handheld consoles go for around one of them goes around for 600. The other one goes for 1,000. You can get a PC for that. $1,000 is a PC.
Not a
Yeah.
very good PC, but a PC.
But you could still get a bloody PC, and then like eventually just minor upgrades here and there,
An upgradable PC, a serviceable PC that can be
Yes.
upgraded.
and you
over
can
the
play a
years.
good amount of games on that PC
Yes,
for
that's true.
$1,000. Like
What are how does the
You can
Rogue
get-
Ally
you-
work?
you can
Like,
get
is
a
it like do you play your Xbox games directly on it?
You
like plus
can-
Game Pass, or can you
so-
play games from your Steam library as well?
you can play. So technically, there are two modes to it, similar to the Steam Deck. One is that it's like its own OS, where you get to like navigate in an Xbox ecosystem for the handheld. While the other one is you can actually go into a Microsoft dashboard, your Windows dashboard, and you can of course play Steam, Epic, etc.
Okay, got you. And how much does the price compare to the Steam Deck?
The Steam Deck is almost $400 less for the the 1 terabyte version, I think. Like
So we can see which one is the better deal. Considering
Which-
the Steam, you can play your Microsoft Game Pass games on the Steam Deck anyways.
no,
right?
you can't.
Oh, really?
No, because Steam uses Linux OS.
Oh.
So that's why like that. But here's the issue.
But you're able to play Blizzard games on it.
You can, yes, because this is not
Microsoft.
wasn't a Microsoft this thing. Wasn't in the Microsoft ecosystem before that.
Okay,
So that's why I could play World of Warcraft on
even
it.
even now that Blizzard is part
Yes,
of
because
Microsoft.
they're still using their own systems and
Battle.net.
everything. Battle.net,
Okay,
yes.
got you.
Which you remember, I was like playing World of Warcraft with the controller and everything.
I remember.
It was actually fun. Now let us go to your guys' topics, which is the
Yeah.
Capcom issue. Go.
Street Fighter 6 Capcom Cup culminating in March 2026. Yes, 2026. It's going to be pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You're going to have to pay to watch the Capcom Cup finals. I believe the group stages are still watchable for free. But now Capcom has introduced a new change where for the finals of Capcom Cup, you're going to have to pay. It's 4,000 yen for the finals alone.
Yeah.
4,000 yen for the SFL, the Street Fighter League finals, and you can get them packaged together for 6,000 yen.
Yeah. Bundles.
Yeah, bundle. So you get a 2,000 yen discount.
I think
Okay.
it's funny. I think I saw a tweet where the Street Fighter 6, the base game, is on Steam now for less than what you can
It's
look
like-
at Capcom Cup.
It's on Steam now for like $17 or something.
Yeah, which is less than the
It's
Capcom
crazy.
Cup.
Less than
pricing.
half.
Yeah.
Less than half.
I mean, it's crazy. A lot of a lot of companies are veering off from pay-per-view. But
Exactly.
then Capcom is bringing that back largely because, and we've discussed this before offline, it's because Japan is still very much into this pay-per-view model.
I think it's more that the esports culture or the esports model is a very heavy loss-inducing system. Like
It is.
you do not make a profit out of esports, and Capcom is looking for any way they can to recoup some of their losses.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like they're not doing well on the sales front with other games.
No,
They're
no,
having-
they're not. They are.
I
doing
think I think one kind of popular streamer and fighting game player said that if there was a better prize distribution system and the focus in bringing in more sponsors, they can recoup those losses easily than having to kind of have this unfavorable model of paying to watch a video game, which is not something that's going to go down well outside of Japan, and it has not.
That's the thing. You see, Capcom are trying to recoup whatever losses they can, so they introduced this pay-per-view system for Capcom Cup. They did this knowing that a pay-per-view system would work in Japan.
Yes.
It would work in Japan, but it would not work in the rest of the world.
And it
they
just
know
so happens to be in Japan this year as well, so it helps.
It just goes to show because Capcom Cup was in Japan last year as well. Previously, it was usually in America.
Yeah.
Last year they moved to Japan, and this year they're continuing in Japan. So it really shows that they're trying to move as much as they can to Japan as compared to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And they know that the rest of the world will not be open to the pay-per-view system.
Correct.
And proof of that is if you see the tweet by Capcom Fighters, they kept all their pricing in Japanese yen. They did not keep any conversions to any other currencies.
Correct. Yes. Yes.
They announced it on the English Twitter account.
Yeah.
They announced the prices in Japanese yen,
Not dollars. Yes.
not in dollars.
I think that.
So it just goes to
yeah.
show that they're focusing so much on the Japanese market and not the international market.
I think it's easy for them to do that because it's the amount of craze Street Fighter has there in Japan is, I think, more
It
than
is.
they could have imagined.
It's the largest esport in Japan at the moment.
Yeah, and there's ads on the subway, on 7-Eleven.
Ads on
it's
the
that big.
subways, and if you go to YouTube and you look up like Japanese content creators, they make insane numbers. Like they
Yes.
get insane numbers of views.
Thousands and
Even though they're
thousands.
speaking purely in Japanese, this is not an international stream or international content. Like people like me and you won't watch these videos because
Yeah.
they're purely in Japanese. But the Japanese viewer base is just so large
Yeah.
that it supports itself basically.
Yeah, I think they found their market, and
They found their market.
Yeah.
They realized that nowhere in the world will they find a market this big.
It's a gold
so
mine.
might as well capitalize on that as much as they can.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting. I don't know if they're going to we spoke about Xbox possibly U-turning, and they might. It's very possible that they will because again, Xbox is universally that decision did not go down well. But I think in Japan with Street Fighter they might actually get away with this at least for this year. I'm not sure if they're gonna hold. I think they had plans to hold Capcom Cup in a different place in 2027, not in Japan and not in the US. So it'll be interesting if they change their minds about that, depending on how profitable Japan's going to be. If they do it because Evo France got announced as well. There's an Evo in France now, which is really cool. It's not expensive to go to Europe as it is going to Japan or States from where we are in the Middle East. So I think that's a very cool thing to have.
Was Evo always in the US?
Yeah, it was
No.
traditionally always in the US.
Evo traditionally
Yeah.
was in the US. The company was set up in the US, but they've expanded outside now. I think a few years ago they expanded to
5-6
Japan.
years. It's been a while.
Yeah, 5 to 6
Yeah.
years ago they expanded to Japan. So now there's Evo Vegas and then Evo Japan, and then this year they're introducing Evo France, which
It's
is
in-
the
Wait,
first one.
it's in
Was
Nice.
it Evo? Was it that you told me that also Saudi purchased, or was it a different one?
Saudi purchased one of the shareholders of Evo.
Shareholders of you. Okay.
Yeah. I think it's a majority stake though.
I
I
mean,
could be
it's-
wrong. Yeah.
I'm not 100%
I could
sure.
be wrong.
Could be.
But yeah, I mean, let's see let's see how it goes in the next few months. A lot of people are just not interested in watching the qualifiers now anymore because
There's a lot of interest drop. That's true.
because ultimately
they
they're going to watch a
realize-
qualifier that
And they're not going to watch the final.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, worth noting as well. Like I have to put as a disclaimer, Capcom is charging pay-per-view for the live feed. But a week after, they're going to release all the VODs for free.
Correct.
Which doesn't matter for the majority of people.
Because people want to watch it live.
Because they want to watch it live. Another thing that this impacts a lot of the community is because one of the norms now currently for Street Fighter
Restreaming.
Restreaming. Restreaming. A lot of big content creators in the fighting game space would watch the stream of major tournaments, and their viewers rather than watching the official stream, they would watch their favorite streamers
React to certain moments,
give insights, exactly. And there are so many big streamers who actually to the point that they would rather restream rather than travel to tournaments.
Correct.
because it gets them more engagement with their viewer base.
Yeah.
So with Capcom Cup going pay-per-view, it's very likely, they haven't said it outright, but it's very likely that restreaming is going to be banned.
Yeah, I think they already mentioned that in the Japanese SFL.
Japanese SFL, when it went pay-per-view, they did specifically say that restreams are not allowed.
Yeah.
You're allowed to only restream the timer.
Yes.
Like when you have the entire screen with the characters fighting and everything, on the top there's a little timer, a countdown for the round. That's the only part that you're allowed to restream, so that the viewers can sync their view with yours.
That had to be like a little joke that I felt like
actually,
that
because that is the norm in a lot of restreams in Japan.
Yeah.
So they are kind of doing that.
It's a bit wild because there's this disconnect now. There's Japan and there's the rest of the world. The rest of the world wholeheartedly disagrees. Japan's kind of like, meh, I'm concerned where this is going. It's okay with me. But like globally, I think, this might drop our interest, which is a lot of people are angry about, and understandably so. I mean, a lot of people, especially in this economy now, are not interested in paying more
Then they
money.
should.
Yeah. And you are paying more for less now, a lot of the time.
And keep in mind, last year Capcom Cup had a lot of complaints about the number of ads that were running in between games. Like games would get delayed because of ads. So the question becomes as well, are we going to end up paying $40, 6,000 yen translates to $40? Are we going to end up paying $40 for a pay-per-view event, and it's only going to be riddled with ads like before, or is it going to be an ad-free viewing experience? And if it is ad-free, what are they going to do in between matches?
That is.
I mean,
valid
you
concern.
can't have your cake and eat it too.
Exactly.
I mean, the thing is with Capcom is like, if you are...
No, but you're paying for the cake. You don't want extra layers
But here's another
of
thing.
unwanted shit on the
thing
cake.
of why I think this is very short-sighted by Capcom. By making the stream pay-per-view, you are significantly reducing your viewer base. You're significantly reducing the number of people who are watching, the number of people who are exposing it, who are giving you free marketing through restreams and whatever. So your viewership is going to plummet. Your viewership will be isolated to maybe Japan and a bit of whoever outside of Japan.
I think even from a financial perspective.
So then my question is, which advertisers would look at this and say like, we want to advertise with you.
Yeah.
We want to sponsor your events because your viewership is dropping so much.
Yeah.
Why would it be profitable for us to sponsor you? So they are going to have difficulties with that.
I think from a financial perspective as well, like you mentioned, like they want to recoup their losses. I think this is the one way of not doing it. Because,
exactly.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like you are cutting your viewership, I think safe to say by half.
You're hurting your community.
Yeah. Which is a grassroots community. Like fighting games started in the arcade, grew from that, became esports. You cannot kind of turn your back on what I think a lot of people warned that this could happen and might happen, and
I'll talk a bit more of that when I talk about some of the comments that I've seen.
Yeah, and a lot of people discounted them for being, you're nuts and you just want things to be in the dark ages. And I think a lot of people are looking back and saying, okay, we told you so, and this is one of those moments where, I have not agreed with them about Street Fighter getting esports and whatnot. I'm perfectly fine with it getting bigger. But this is one of those moments where I told you so does apply.
Because here's the thing. When it comes to making money out of the game, the player base of Street Fighter want to spend money. We want to spend money in the game.
Costumes, characters,
and everything.
You sound like a League of Legends player.
I wonder, have I ever played League of Legends with you? Anyways.
He's right though, because that's where your money is gonna come from.
That's how the League of Legends models work exactly.
Yeah.
The esports is completely free to view. Like you can tune into a League of Legends stream whenever you want, whenever it's live. Even their worlds
free.
is completely free viewing, and the production quality that they have is top tier production quality for League of Legends. And
Even Dota.
yes,
Don't forget the money that they spend on prize as well. Like,
exactly.
they get in
and
big
the money,
sponsors.
and the prize money as well.
I think it's a lazy route by Capcom, honestly, because
because
they
the
can
thing is-
work on advertisement.
Yeah. The thing is, most esports, why do they put their streams for free? Is because it is a marketing expense. It is a marketing expense for your game, and then your microtransactions in the game are what makes you the money.
It's also-
Skins in League of Legends,
yeah.
season passes, and Street Fighter. We went for, I think, almost a year drought of skins.
Yes.
Like the player base were asking, please give us skins. Capcom, take my money, give us skins.
Anything.
And Capcom was like giving us like avatar skins or something.
Yeah.
Wait, like
Avatar skins no one cares about. Like,
Yeah.
they-
Well,
and-
they have to. I mean, Capcom are really
And
like
then-
money hungry, so
and
they
then
will.
out of nowhere, they announced that they would be releasing some new skins, which is a couple months ago. They released these new skins and they sold like crazy. People threw money at them.
Yeah. Was the
And-
swimsuit?
With the swimsuit.
of course swimsuits.
But it doesn't matter what they could have put the character in a shoebox. People would buy
They
it.
could
They
have
were
put him in
so
the Santa
they were
Claus
so hungry.
costume as
People
well.
wanted costumes. They had their wallets out. Please take my money.
Yeah.
Okay, question. I said like which swimsuit sold the most?
I
Jury?
don't know. Jury didn't have a swimsuit.
ah.
actually.
Yeah, she
It
had
was
a K-pop collab,
Yeah, Jury had a K-pop collab,
which also
Oh,
sold.
which also sold well
very
because of how much people were hungry for skins.
The thing is, it's like, again, we mentioned how, you know,
I guarantee, like not guarantee, but I highly expect that these skins that they released would make way more money than their pay-per-view from Capcom.
yeah, we mentioned that. We said that, you know, even with, like you said, League of Legends.
No, I'm talking about actuality, like the actual money they
Besides
make from these
that, like when you
swimsuits.
say it's a marketing expense, I would argue there is ROI coming from that. So it's not a pure expense. Because like you said, advertiser generates revenue when it comes to video games. People look at your streams, they're like, oh, what's that game? It looks really cool.
Yes.
They get hyped, buy the game on Steam when it's on sale or PS Plus or whatever. So my question to Capcom is, have they really done a feasibility study, or are they just purely capitalizing on the Japanese market? I feel it's the latter. I feel like they're trying to maximize profits as opposed to having this kind of half-assed lame excuse of recouping esports losses. Because what altered this change all of a sudden? The game's been in the life cycle of 2 going on 3 years now. They've had this model for all through Street Fighter V, and that was a way less profitable and selling game because of the problems it had at launch. Street Fighter 6 is their best-selling game by a mile for a long time. I think
Even better than 4?
outside of Street Fighter 4.
Oh.
Because 4 has had a longer time.
Are you talking about the from the Street Fighter franchise?
Just now, I mean, recent times. I mean, it sold better than 5.
Yeah, it did sell
Yeah.
better than 5. Yeah.
Way better. And my point is, they're just capitalizing. I think they're capitalizing on the market because it's of the geography, because it's in Japan. This model is foolproof. It's worked before. And they're like, okay, let's do this. Let's try to maximize.
Let's try this
profits
on the international.
as opposed to, you know, recouping losses. Because it was fine last year, it was fine the year before. But this year, all of a sudden, we have to recuperate losses. It doesn't make sense.
See, the way I see it, what you said earlier, there's something you said earlier which I agree with. They're taking the easy route.
Yeah.
They're taking the easy route to make some money back. And what the thing is, if you are looking for ways to make back money, like you're saying, this is making a lot of losses for us. We need to make some money back. Okay, think for a minute about how you can make this money back. Skins or battle passes,
Yep.
or like even like do something creative in the game. Find
Something that gives back to people. Like
Something-
I'm not gonna get anything
something
back
that's
for paying.
something
for
that's
viewing streams.
yeah, something that's optional that allows people to enjoy something in the game, something that helps you promote the game,
Yeah.
and then you try these different things. If these things do not work, then you look at something else. Then you
Yeah.
look at something else, and eventually the nuclear option is to do a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But they didn't even try. They didn't try. They went straight for the nuclear option.
It speaks of old Capcom when they started to have those periods of, you know, really like bad decision making, poor management, isolating their fans. They've done a great job of going and rolling back those years because Capcom recently have been on.
Fire.
Yeah, they've been on a golden run. let's say,
Especially with
generation
Resident
ago.
Evil. Especially with Resident Evil.
Resident Evil, Devil May Cry,
Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter. Street
New
Fighter.
Monster Hunter, I was very.
It sold very well though.
It sold.
I had a lot of
very-
complaints with the performance, but still, it
Here's the
sold well.
thing: compared to Monster Hunter Worlds, retention is extremely low.
Yes.
But then that's always going to be an issue with Monster Hunter. That's a
No,
universal.
I
thing.
think no. Back then, like when I played Monster Hunter, 4 Generations, and World, and Iceborne, retention was much higher compared to.
The thing is because
Why?
There is a lot higher grind. The
Not-
grind is much lower right now.
I feel
it's not just that. I think because it's more story driven now. So a lot of casuals will buy the game, play the story, play a few like seasonal hunts, and then call it a day. That I'm talking from a casual's perspective.
Of course.
You're talking from a Monster Hunter like diehard fanatical perspective. I get your argument as well.
As you can see,
Yeah.
this baby boy over here, Rathalos.
Yeah. Big girl, right?
Rathalos is the male.
That's the
No, that's Rathalos.
Rathalos is
And
the male.
Rathian.
is the female.
yeah, that's the green one.
Yes.
Anyways, so I think that's the reason why it makes sense because it was more story driven. People will drop out after not having any story content. The people like you who enjoy the hunts, enjoy the grind, will stay, and that is the minority at this moment of time.
I feel they kind of lost me when they just dropped a lot of the grind. Like, even like there are no Elder Dragons.
They're coming soon.
Not yet.
Like in Monster Hunter
No, they announced that the next content update will have an Elder Dragon.
Finally.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think it's
good.
a little too late, maybe for casuals to get back in. You've lost the player base, but fans that are really into the game will stick around and they'll have something to.
Will we play it again? Will we play it again?
I don't know.
Who knows? The quest is gonna be pay-per-view, maybe pay-per-play.
Yeah, but anyways, moving back to Capcom Cup. If you like, I can talk about some of the tweets that I see people make.
Sure.
regarding
And then
it.
we can change the subject.
Yeah, because I see like there are some like this is from where is it? Big Bird, a top Middle Eastern Street Fighter player, one of the top players in the world. He was replying actually to a comment that said the comment he's replying to was saying they should just do the Street Fighter 5 thing and sell a costume pack in support of the tournament. If it's 35 USD with 5 costumes, it's way more justified. An optional costume pack to support this. This is something that Capcom did.
I guarantee you
Street
it will be
Fighter
more
5.
profitable.
Yeah, there's something that they did in Street Fighter 5
Yeah.
when it's leading up to Capcom Cup.
Yes.
They would release a costume pack. They'd price it at something like this, and the proceeds will partially go to the prize pool in Capcom Cup. So they are directly going to be.
You know
paying
why
into
I
the prize
think they're
pool.
not doing
And it
this?
did well.
Yeah.
And what Big Bird said was like, I don't know why they don't do this anymore. I used to buy the CPT costume pack every year. Everyone wins and everyone is happy.
Yeah.
It's so simple.
I think, can I say the only thing that kind of hinders this? I think they might not have a big team like they did in 5. It's just because the content turnaround time is not that great. You have 4 characters every
And
calendar year.
And my question is, why not? Why don't they have a bigger team when this is their best-selling best-selling Street Fighter game, and it's massively profitable in Japan?
Yeah.
It has more eyes on it than any Street Fighter game in the past. It has more eyes on it.
Yeah.
So why do you not have a bigger team to push out content to sell to these people?
I mean, it's the same question basically we can ask about why charge pay-per-view as well. Because
Exactly.
it's just baffling decision.
Like you said, it's the easy decision.
Yeah. I mean, again, get a larger team. يعني, I think that's one of the reasons why maybe they're kind of apprehensive in doing that because there are a lot of industry layoffs, in the past 2-3 years, especially with gaming companies.
Too much, especially with Microsoft.
So maybe they're mindful of that because again, Capcom is listed. So a lot of their moves are publicly scrutinized.
But wait,
And-
hold on. Actually, Capcom was one of the only companies that actually gave pay rises to their employees
Yes.
compared to other companies that were firing people.
I think
Actually, because
they
Capcom went through their firing phase earlier than everyone.
Ah.
else.
Also
That's why
true.
they were not in the limelight
Okay,
when everyone
okay,
was doing it. They were not in the limelight because they've already passed that.
That
phase.
wasn't a layoff. That was because the company was in trouble.
Okay.
Sales were not doing well. I think it was only a game or 2 keeping them afloat.
If you remember, there was a time in history, I'm talking about like 15 years ago or something, where Capcom was releasing remaster after remaster.
Yeah.
Devil May Cry remaster, Resident Evil remaster, and so on and so on. and Street Fighter HD collection and stuff like that. And they were doing like half-assed jobs for like games like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Oh yeah,
where
I
there was a
remember.
lot of
Street
reused
Fighter
assets.
5's launch as well.
Street Fighter 5 was also
It was exclusive. It did not launch with any arcade mode. Bare bones.
very
support.
bare bones game. And
Netcode wasn't
yeah,
great.
those are the dark ages.
Yeah.
That was like the dark age of Capcom.
Oh
And
god, that was 15 years
Street
ago.
Fighter Cross Tekken as well. If you recall.
Shit,
Street Fighter Cross
man.
Tekken as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Then whatever.
There's
Such a thing with
locked DLC the game.
Yeah. In the
Oh,
CD.
there was actually Pokemon. Yeah.
Pokemon
was-
is not Capcom.
No. But I was just gonna say, like, it was a recent game that I
Sure. Pokemon.
yes.
But like
Sorry.
one of the common criticisms people had for Capcom Cup PPV is that there is no regional pricing. Like they have or at least no regional pricing announced. They just gave a price 6,000 yen, and this is blanket for everyone as of now, as what we know of
Again,
now.
it's just lazy.
And then
it's
it's
just
lazy, yes,
Yeah,
because
it's just-
think about it this way: there are places around the world, there are countries where $40 is a significant part of your regular income, of the
Yeah.
average income.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like basically developing countries or whatever. Like
yeah.
I don't want to give any specifics
It's
because I
a,
don't
it's a
know about
paywall,
specific
honestly.
countries.
I think it's
But
just.
there are
yeah.
places where
$40
people
is quite
cannot-
a lot of money.
$40 quite a lot, and there are places like this where there are top players. There are top players from these countries who would potentially qualify to Capcom Cup, and then their friends and families can't watch them because they're stuck behind a paywall.
Yeah, Bangladesh, for
Yeah.
example.
Bangladesh, for example.
They have a player qualified, and
One of the best players in the world, Blaz from Chile.
Yeah,
How much is $40 in?
It's yeah.
Quite a lot.
It's
Quite a lot.
Regardless, it's still a
Mena-
lot for me to watch something that's
Yeah.
just universally been about community and being
Mena RD, one of the best players in the world.
Dominican Republic.
He did say that had this kind of pricing been implemented early in my career, I may not have made it this far. Or something.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
have his
yeah.
exact tweet, but he's right. Like it is not only a paywall to viewers. It is a paywall to the growth
Yes.
of individuals.
Yes.
And let me talk about this tweet that I saw. It's a really good tweet, actually, from a Twitter user named Molly B. She is a content creator for fighting games. I don't know much about her content, but I like her. I like this tweet that she made. I'll read it out. The issue is that while Capcom funds the Capcom Cup finals, they absolutely do not pay to run all the tournaments where people qualify to Capcom Cup.
Yes.
Individual TOs, tournament organizers, individual TOs and communities in countries around the world operate those events. Capcom benefits from the hard work of those TOs and from the support of the players and viewers of these tournaments. Without them, there would be no Capcom Cup finals in the first place. If Capcom wants the finals to become a fully PPV event designed to make them a profit, they should also host and operate all the qualifier events. Alternatively, they could continue operating as they have been and view the Capcom Cup finals as expenses as part of the marketing budget for the game in general, what we were saying earlier, rather than a separate division designed to make a profit itself.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's a really good tweet because it hits a lot of really good points. There are so many events around the world that Capcom directly benefits from that are done, as you said earlier, from grassroots communities, grassroots systems. We have our own here in the Middle East, v/esports, who do the World Warrior for the CPT qualifier. And Capcom does contribute to the prize pools a bit, or I don't know how much they contribute, could be a lot actually, I don't know. But they don't actively involve themselves or invest in the running of these tournaments. They basically outsource it and say, you do what you want. You handle the costs, we'll just give you the CPT qualifier badge.
Yeah. We'll slap the Capcom
Yeah.
logo and all the.
And then at the end of the day, Capcom is going to basically I don't say betray them, but it's kind of it is kind of like a slap in the face, you know?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's just about slapping their branding on it, and like you said, I've heard of this before as well. Like with your point is, it's great that you brought it up. It's great that she brought it up as well. Excellent tweet. I feel like again, it's like about what we mentioned. They want to have it both ways. They want to reduce the amount of investment or minimize it as much as possible, and also get a profit. Because I feel like if you're not investing much into the game, and okay, you have the prize pool, but how much of that prize pool is already won back from game sales and other advertising income and whatnot? I feel like it's a way to capitalize. For me, they saw a market, they saw an opportunity. Let's do this. Let's see how it turns out. If they meet their quota, I guarantee you they'll do it again next year. If and only if it's in Japan. But again, like I said, there's many routes and avenues that we said, and I think, unfortunately, this is not one of the decisions that will get U-turn. I would think the Xbox One has a way bigger chance of it reverting.
Well, I've seen quite a lot of people like unsubscribe on Twitter.
Yeah, but this one, I'm afraid, I think there's no solution currently. People are just gonna continue.
I think if enough people voice their dissatisfaction, they
might try it this year, and then next year they won't do it.
And keep in mind, I did read some of the comments made by Japanese players, or rather tweets that were in Japanese. I assume are Japanese players.
Yeah.
So and for the most part, the tweets that I've seen have been kind of like against it, but in a more level-headed way. Like they don't outright condemn it like most of the Western or international players do. So the Japanese player, like one of the comments that I saw was along the lines of, "We've worked so hard to build a strong community for this game, and you are weakening it," or something like that.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
You are weakening this game's community, which we worked so hard to build, and this really isolates a lot of casual viewers, not only internationally but even in Japan.
True.
Because there are a lot of players, a lot of viewers who are like somewhat interested, but they don't actually play Street Fighter, but they're somewhat interested. Like, if the stream was free, they could easily just see, oh, Capcom Cup is on, let me just tune in, let me see what's all this about.
It's just like
and that's a viewer count.
Like,
viewer count increase right there.
Like almost every tournament, like Marvel Rivals to Overwatch to League of Legends to Dota, all of these, there's a lot of people who don't actually play the game.
Exactly. You just tune in because you have a casual passing interest in the
I
game.
can't see any pros coming up from this.
And then,
honestly,
keep in mind, there are as well, another thing that another Japanese user was saying was that there are a lot of players or a lot of fans who are not necessarily fans of the Street Fighter as a whole, but they are fans of individual players.
Yes.
Like they would be like their favorite player. They call it in Japan, they call it their Oshi. But like their favorite player, and they would only tune in when their favorite player plays.
True.
So when their favorite player plays, they would watch the match. Game's done. All right, I'll go back to do my thing.
Or they have teams now as well, because they're
Yeah,
really
or
into
their
the
favorite
esports team.
Exactly.
Well. Like
Nowadays,
you have Zeta and you have
Reject.
Reject. Yeah.
So they would watch when their favorite team is on or something, whatever, and they would not watch anything else. They just watch their favorite team.
Yeah, their team loses, they're out.
So now,
but at least you have that.
So now these kind of fans are less likely to watch because they're not interested in everyone. They're only interested in their favorites.
Yeah.
And now their favorites are only a small part of the stream. Like, is $40 worth it? 6,000 yen worth it?
Oh, for me, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
And then there's another thing that another Japanese user brought up. Capcom just released Street Fighter 6 on the Switch 2. The Switch 2 in Japan, even the majority of the player base of the Switch 2 are children.
Yeah.
Kids around 10 years younger or 12 years younger, whatever. So a lot of kids will be playing Street Fighter for the first time and getting interested in the game for the first time. These kids will not pay 6,000 yen to watch a stream.
The parents will. But
the
parents won't allow it.
Yeah, exactly. And kids cannot afford this out of pocket, generally speaking. And when you ask your parents, like, I want to watch a stream for 6,000 yen, for $40, parents are you crazy? Like, it depends.
That's only wrestling.
Exactly.
Back in the days of Ho-Ho.
So take you out for a kids meal instead.
You're getting an entirely new player base interested in Street Fighter, and then you're locking them out of watching your tournament. Why?
And I think in closing, we're both not gonna pay for it. And,
yes.
I think there's
Excuse me, all three of us will not be paying for
it.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I'm talking about Ali and myself because we're really.
Yes, I am also Ali.
But to close it up before we end this, I want to talk about a couple more tweets. There's one tweet from American content creator Brian F. for Street Fighter, one of the long-time standing community members of Street Fighter. He has done a lot for Street Fighter, from coaching to tutorial videos and guides and everything. He's an OG in the Street Fighter scene. Yeah. Amazing player, amazing person. And he tweeted, one of the tweets that he made was, "Doesn't it seem strange that the esports division and dev team seem so entirely disconnected? Perhaps different monetization strategies could have resulted with collaboration rather than just charging such a high price for streaming Capcom Cup." Yeah. And to reply to his tweet, was none other than Nakayama, Takayuki Nakayama, the director of Street Fighter 6 development team.
Oh, wow.
So he replied to Brian F. directly in English. He says,
Konnichiwa.
it may sound strange, but it's true. Revenue targets and assigned tasks differ fundamentally by department. Even the development team was surprised by this announcement.
Oh.
And in brackets, at least Matsumoto and another one of the developers, at least Matsumoto and I were shocked at the venue. That said, since this matter occurred within the same company, we are currently discussing it. We apologize for any concern this may have caused.
Yeah, that's a really nice.
So it's a really nice
reply.
tweet. It's he replied to himself as well, Nakayama. He said, "If I get scolded at work, I will delete the above comment."
The thing is, it's like it's crazy because employees in the same team, the same company, are shocked by this decision. They did not see that coming.
Exactly.
Blindsided completely.
Because this just goes to show that this decision was not involved, or sorry, the development team was not involved in this decision.
Well, there's a lot of decisions that happens in company.
Yeah, monetization normally
yeah.
is not involved.
It's usually marketing.
It's usually involved by marketing.
Sales, marketing. Yeah.
Exactly, but usually you would expect the development team to be in the loop, right? Like at the end of the day, when it comes to
Or
like
at least take
development
their
of
feedback,
like
you know?
skins,
Yeah.
season passes, the development team has to be aware of what's going on. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just tell them this is a horrible idea. Like,
Because at
least
the end
some
of the
feedback.
day, the result of their hard work is directly or indirectly impacted by the success or failure of this PPV.
Yeah, I mean, if you have no development team, there's no game. So.
That's true.
Yeah.
Righto. So, wow, that is actually quite an insightful topic we discussed about what you guys. I was
Took
very
a lot
silent.
of meat, but we're basically
No,
just,
no, it's actually very
in
insightful.
summary,
In summary,
we hate paying money. That's it.
No, it's not that we hate paying money.
it's that we like to pay money for the right thing.
We hate having to pay money. We
Yes.
would like to pay money for stuff that we want,
Yeah,
Yes.
correct.
like skins and stuff like this. Like you give us the option, and we'd be happy to pay it.
Yeah,
But if it's like you can't have this at all,
especially after like 20 years of having it.
Yeah, it feels shitty.
Yeah.
Righto. So this is so since you guys went on a tangent, it's my turn.
Okay.
I'm taking this background.
Okay.
I'm the host.
It's all yours. It's all
Right.
yours.
So you and I are actually a bit interested. I'm not sure if you have you ever played YuGiYoh?
Yeah, roughly. I mean,
When
I
you
played
were-
the card game.
The
yeah.
that's the thing,
Yeah,
the card game. So this is for a lot of people who are interested in like a more, I wouldn't say casual, but more of a grounded version of Yu-Gi-Oh. It's called Genesis.
Okay.
YuGiYoh Genesis, and they're introducing it because a lot of people just don't like certain mechanics. So certain mechanics are being removed, are being put in like the forbidden list, and it's just like they have like this point system now for their decks. So the Genesis system removes link summoning and pendulum summoning. So which of you guys here knows about links and pendulum?
I only know the OG.
So only
OG.
tribute summoning and special summoning and
Yes,
fusion.
tribute summoning, special summoning, the way the ancient Egyptians used to do it.
Ancient Egyptians to do.
Yeah.
What about you?
Body parts of certain.
Exodia.
Yeah.
Okay.
One we can't mention on stream.
Exodia? Why not?
There is a part we can't mention.
Oh!
That was one of the yeah
Kind of looks like
genitalia. I would say.
kind of looks like this right there.
The third leg of the forbidden one.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll explain to you some of the things that the newer formats, the new deck forms, and why certain people don't really like, especially pendulum summoning.
All right.
Pendulum summoning consists of monster cards. Have two versions. I mean, like two versions of them. One is a monster. The other is like a magic or trap version, where they get placed in the magic area. So if you put a pendulum here and a pendulum here, kind of like swings,
Yeah.
and it has like, let's say this pendulum monster has like 8 points and this other pendulum monster has 3 points. Then you get to transfer this many points onto this monster, it triggers an effect,
Got you.
and then you can just drop 5 monsters on the field.
Okay.
Wait, can I ask something? When
Yeah.
you say points, do you mean attack points? Or?
No. So as I mentioned here, like this has like 6 points.
Oh, so there's a separate stat on it.
It's a separate set. It's just like a trigger, like 6 points
Are
here.
these monsters summoned before you can do this?
No.
or Are they
You
just...
put them straight in the magic area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, Ken, it's like a mechanic that's like just drops 5 monsters on the field or 3-4 monsters on the go in
So
one
what you're
turn.
saying is it's very chaotic. And
It
a lot of
get-
people are against it.
It's not even. Oh no, not a lot of people are against. Some people really love it. Love the
Okay.
format.
Yeah.
Like there's this thing called Dragon Mates.
Okay.
No, not the Dragon Mates. My bad. Just I personally hate going against Pendulum. It's just like it just I can't do anything if I mess up one turn, game over.
Yeah, random factor as well.
Random factors
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
So I use a very classical type of deck, the Monarchs, where it's just like tribute summoning, which is like you sacrifice one card, bring a stronger card, sacrifice another card, bring another stronger card, or sometimes I use fusion, which if you guys remember like the 3-headed dragon.
Yeah. Fusing multiple
Yeah, 3
monsters together.
2 or 3
Exactly,
monsters,
2-3 monsters,
polarization.
polarization, etc. So those are still going to be put here. And on top of one card that has been banned for the longest time is being brought back.
What's that?
Pot of Greed.
Oh my god.
Pot of Greed was one of the longest banned cards.
They bring back Bobby Kotick.
They're bringing back boycott. That looks like I'm interested.
Yeah.
So let's see. Yeah, so with a standard deck point cap of 100, Genesis is designed to attract older players like you guys
Yeah.
and more
Looking
casual
for-
players.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Cool looking card. I like the insect cards, the trap cards as well.
Oh, they're really good.
Yeah,
I remember them. Then I guess that's more than enough about like Yu-Gi-Oh! Because like I love it. Like I still play it on the mobile phone.
Yeah.
'Cause-
I remember I was obsessed with it in middle school. Like
Everyone was
Yeah,
obsessed
yeah. It
with
was
Thank you,
Def-
NBC3.
yeah, definitely had its moments and its times.
Yeah.
It was bigger than Pokemon at the time.
I think
It,
when
it had its like it really
Yeah.
captivated.
It
think
really
it was-
peaked in the Middle East.
I think it peaked here during season 1 of the anime.
Season 1 and 2.
Yeah, it peaked here in the
Yeah.
Middle East a lot. I remember it being longer than a year.
Because I started like for example, for me personally, I started losing interest only after like the Battle City arc.
Oh.
Because Battle City was peak.
I would say even this thing like during the Marik, like during the end of the Marik arc, where
That was Battle City, isn't it?
it's towards the end of Battle City.
Okay.
Like, well, no, Battle City was where they would keep on fighting each
Because-
other, but like
Oh yeah, okay. The second half after Battle City was
after
there. Okay,
it's
yeah,
like
okay.
the
I watched after that.
semifinals.
Yeah, I watched till after that. After the entire tournament with Marek, and
So you don't know anything about the Orichalcos?
I do know about Orchalcos. That's what made me lose interest
I'm surprised you lose during Noah's arc.
during.
Oh, Noah. It's when they went into the virtual world, and there was this kid called Noah who was.
Is that when they introduced Kaiba's adopted father? Okay, I think I vaguely remember that.
There you go. Noah's is Kaiba's stepbrother,
Okay.
who was placed into like the virtual world, and technically he's supposed to be his older brother, but because
He doesn't have a physical body
he
or
doesn't
something
have
like
physical. He's still viewed as younger,
Okay,
like around
there you go.
Mokoba's age. Wow, I still remember the plot. Woof. Yeah.
Spoilers.
Oh, shut the fuck up. It's like that's 30 years old.
Safe to say I never got to GX.
Yeah.
I actually got to GX was sometimes a bit too happy to go to, but it had its dark moments.
Yeah, I mean the OG Yu-Gi-Oh was
Oh, yeah.
was pretty dark for a kids show.
Even season 0. Well, just season 0, like you just see the like Yami just go like, haha, I'm about to torch you. Boom.
Yeah. Well,
If I'm not mistaken,
a lot of the
wasn't
dark
season
things
zero-
went over our heads.
If I remember, wasn't season 0 Japan only?
It was Japan only, and
Okay.
everyone had weird hair colors for some reason.
Yeah.
Righto. So let's move to. I wonder if anyone here is interested. Anime GTA Ananta.
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 That's so fun to say.
Yeah, it is.
All right. So Ananta is a new. You good over there? Okay. Ananta is a.
Director's gonna shoot his
Director's
point
is
any
like-
minute. Yeah.
Just end it now.
Yeah.
You've talked so much.
It's either he shoots himself or the stream.
Anime GTA. Yes. You're done.
Do
It
explain
actually-
what anime GTA.
Ananta has somewhat of like something like Zenless Zone Zero.
Well, Zelda Zone Zero doesn't have an open world.
It doesn't have an open world, but this one does have an open world where it introduces different type of characters, and of course there are two main customizable characters: the protagonists, the captains, which are called one male, one female, similar to other gacha type of games. But this type of gacha, it only is for cosmetic not for characters, which is different than most other gacha games.
I think I read somewhere, I'm not 100% sure if this is true, was that it was originally designed to be a traditional gacha game,
Yes.
where characters had to be obtained
Bought out
through the gacha system and all that.
Okay.
But they changed halfway through development. They changed their model. I don't know what, for whatever reason. They made it completely free. Unlocking characters is completely free. There's no going to be there will not be any like
They did
gacha
a
system.
reverse Capcom.
Yeah, there will be no like monetization for the characters. The only monetization would be for gacha, for cosmetics, similar to kind of like Overwatch and Marvel Rivals and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So-
that's a model that's succeeding at the moment.
Yeah.
It generally helps with games coming out. and
Well, Marvel
launching.
Rivals doesn't have gacha. Overwatch does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Overwatch does.
Well, no, even Overwatch now it's getting it. Well, it's brought back loot boxes,
Yeah.
I'm
but you
specifically
can't
talking
buy
about-
the loot boxes.
It is having a bit of a
Wait, you can't
revival.
buy-
Yeah.
You can't buy the loot boxes.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
okay.
earn them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Overwatch is having a bit
So
of
it's a light gacha. I
Yeah.
guess.
It's having a bit of a renaissance now. Viewers are picking up. They introduced the arcade game, which is similar to Prop Hunt.
Oh,
Similar to
it's like
the-
you can customize your own game.
Yeah.
modes.
Yes.
No, the Prop Hunt where you
There's prop hunt. There's like
you literally hide as a chair or like an object, and people hunt you down. It's
imagine.
really hilarious.
That
because-
sounds hilarious. That sounds
yeah,
fun, actually.
And it's no
Gmod.
longer in the arcade anymore, but a lot of people got
like
back to that game because it's like, oh, Overwatch is supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be silly. It lost a lot of that with poor decision making as well from Blizzard.
Oof.
Um,
The 5v5 version.
yeah, I mean 6v6 as well. They went back to it. It's
It
too
ca-
ma-
a
Is
lot of
it
people.
back to 5v5 now. or
No,
is
no,
it
it's
6v6?
6v6 now.
How is it doing well? Are people like to
There was a lot of
positive
things
about
that
it?
was broken during that time when
yeah,
they first.
growing pains, right?
Yeah, I can't speak for it now. I think they were really happy when Prop Hunt came and like
Yeah.
arcade games, like goofy things came back. Interest peaked again. It's off now, so
Let's go back to Ananta.
yeah.
The combat system, it's more cinematic, because like it actually feels more like Yakuza. It actually uses a lot of like terrain to beat the hell out of your opponents.
Okay. That's
Then
nice.
we have characters. Characters have synergy. Director, are you dying or are you okay? you're good. Let's see. We already discussed like the female protagonist option, city and exploration. It is a city the size of Manhattan,
Okay.
so it's a really
That's a
really
big city.
It's a big city. Update philosophy. Updates will expand both density of the game, as in more shops, theaters, activities.
Yeah, I was
you
gonna
could
say that because a lot of maps have that problem, right?
you can
Where
play
it's-
volleyball.
Where it's huge and there's just not a lot of life. In
So
it.
eventually you're gonna have that's their plan, right? So it's gonna be a bit bare. Now I won't say bare bones.
Oh, okay, I think it's sectional.
It's gonna be
a staggered release.
That makes
for-
sense. Yeah.
So they're gonna like give you like, okay, so you can play baseball, you can play this, you can do this, you can go to the beach, etc. Have these things.
And then we'll introduce with updates.
With
further.
updates, this side of the city is gonna have this type. This side of the city is gonna have this type.
Yeah. You're gonna have the
Um,
beach in like 2 years' time. You know? Something
So it's going to launch on PC, console, mobile at the very start.
Okay.
So I can finally cook an egg on my mobile
You can.
with the amount of heat that it would generate. I just
So-
put an egg on top of my mobile and it just like
Zenless also really fries my phone.
right.
Yes.
So here's something. It's gonna be the same quality across all platforms, but the mobile is a not cut version. I'm not sure what they meant by that.
It basically means that it's going to be the exact same thing you see on PC. You get it on mobile as well.
Okay.
They're not going to.
That's
from what
gonna
I
burn my
understand-
phone.
yeah, definitely. From what I understand, they're not going to compromise on quality with the phone.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Which
I guess
is-
lesser resolution.
Yeah, that's a resolution.
It's
obviously.
good news. Always good.
Let's see. There's gonna be multiplayer. Confirmed players select a world with chosen characters. Details as in visiting cities, hubs is not yet disclosed. Inspiration and atmosphere, as I mentioned, it has like Yakuza, but also has Chainsaw Man, Persona, tone like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like you see the characters like are.
Can I
hip.
just can I just say something for anyone who has watched the trailer? Is there one very big inspiration that's missing from that list? I'm talking about Spider-Man.
Oh yes, you can like swing around.
There's
and things.
swinging. There's a swinging mechanic.
Okay.
You can do tricks in the air while swinging. The combat involves like shooting webs or
Well,
not webs.
Yeah, I was
shooting
gonna say like the
stuff
main
at-
character feels like Venom more like Spider-Man because like it's
People do like side by side comparisons between Ananta's trailer and Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, where Spider-Man does have the symbiote.
okay.
Yeah.
So they do like one for one likeness, which is crazy. That it's such a like can I borrow your homework kind of thing.
Yeah.
And here's the thing
Okay,
that
call it a ripoff? I don't know.
you can call it a ripoff, but here's the funny thing: Sony is endorsing this game.
Yeah.
So if Sony endorses it,
Because it's not a rip-off of Spider-Man. I don't think it's
but
not
it
competitive.
uses a lot of very.
They must
the
really love
exact
Spider-Man.
Same animations as Spider-Man.
Yeah, they must really love it.
They must really love. But why wasn't it written in that list of their inspirations?
Because yeah.
So then, but the question is like, Sony endorses the game, so they must have, at least to some extent, given them permission to
Yeah,
use
well,
Spider.
maybe it's surprising how these things kind of fly under the
Exactly.
radar because a lot of people don't really look at it in a microscope, but then gamers have that mindset.
Yeah, I mean it's fine because they're taking inspiration from a Sony game and not a Nintendo game.
I too.
God
Because
knows.
they don't want to get sued by Nintendo.
The lawsuits will be coming. Yeah.
Last 3 points. Customization items, we already talked about that. Collaboration, none. They've said they're gonna do collaboration, but none confirmed. So I guess there might be a Spider-Man.
That would be hilarious.
So for release, the first test phases are coming to Korea, with already a Korean language pack, everything ready, and they consider Korea as a key market.
It's because gacha games in general sell very well in the Asian market: Korea, China, and Japan.
Yeah. They love to gamble.
And
with their games.
quotes.
Because it's just more culturally acceptable.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, even here it's starting to become a bit more picked up.
Gambling.
Not gambling, not gambling. I mean, like gacha type of games.
I would hope
Gacha,
not.
gacha is
Gambling.
you have to consider like a lot of countries still have a lot of like regulations around gacha.
The
Like,
EU is
in
primarily
EU, there are some countries where it's I think if I'm not mistaken,
Belgium, etc.
some games are just outright banned.
an outright ban. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think one of the growing trends with the growth of gacha games is that they have to disclose the probabilities of you getting a certain result. In the past, they would just be like, roll.
That,
Yeah, you
that
get
would be
yes or
that
no.
would be the bare bones requirement. Yeah.
But now they give you like they are required by law in many countries
Yes.
to give you the probability of success of getting certain things. Some games like am I going too off topic or
No, it's fine. Continue.
So like some games like Musume, for example, when you roll on their gacha, they give you an entire or they don't actually give it to you. It's in the like it's in a sub menu that you have to look into. So just kind of there, kind of like the asterisk. And they give you the entire list of the possible outcomes, not probable, possible outcomes. The entire list of possible outcomes and the percentage chance of each possible outcome.
A lot of
since-
gacha games are doing that because of like regulations.
Like the way Zenless Zone Zero does it is that you have a certain percent chance to get an S rank hero. You have a certain percent chance to get an A rank hero. You have a certain percent chance to get neither. It doesn't tell you which A rank, it doesn't tell you which S rank. What Musume does is that it tells you the exact percentage needed to get each specific character that's available to be rolled on. So you see it because there are so many characters in the list. You see each probability is like 0.00001, 0.0001, 0.0001, and it goes on the entire list. And obviously, I assume I didn't try it, but if you add it all up, it goes up to 100.
I assume. Usually that's how percentage works.
Yeah. I wouldn't bother calculating it all myself, but you know.
All right, so since we have quite a good amount of viewers here, let's ask the question of the day is, what have you guys been playing this week? And of course to you guys, what have you guys been playing this week? Let's start with you.
I have been playing Hades 2.
Nice.
Oh, you want to tell us a bit about that game since it just released?
Or more specifically, it just got out of early access. It was released on early access last year, but last week they had the official full release.
The 1.0.
The 1.0 exactly, and it comes together with more obviously the final main updates to the game, other than like small fixes and whatnot. They actually have the true ending now and all that. So for those of you who have not tried the early access, I highly recommend you to play this game. It's an amazing game, great gameplay. Hades 1 already was, in my opinion, one of the greatest games of all time. One of my favorite games of all time. And Hades 2 is a worthy successor, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They build up on the
Lore.
lore, number one. They build up on the
Gameplay is much
combat.
more fun. Yeah.
Gameplay is a lot more fun. I'll be honest, I miss a lot of the weapons from the first game.
Okay.
Because they go through new
The
weapons.
American gun.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It's the highest rated game of the year so far, Metacritic wise.
A lot of contenders for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Yes.
I still
And-
think Expedition is gonna win though.
I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and Hades is one of the biggest selling points. Music from the first game to the current game, they have done an amazing job with music. The lead composer Darren Korb has done a fantastic job, and yeah, it's an amazing experience.
Play this game.
Great art. Play this game.
Endorsed.
All right, your turn.
Silent Hill F.
Oh.
Yeah. Major horror game fan in general.
Same.
I played a lot of Silent Hill games. I think it's shaping up to be my second favorite game of the series.
Okay.
2 is really great. They did a fantastic job with that remake.
Blueprint team.
Yeah. Amazing. And this game is different developer. I get the one drawback of this game, the clunky combat. But again, the argument is you're playing a 15 or 16-year-old teenager.
Kawaii.
Yeah. And there's no guns, so spoilers. If you like guns, sorry, Americans, this is not the game for you. Steel pipes for the win. And yeah, I'm having a great time with it. It's really tense, really scary. It's set in 1960s Japan. So yeah, still before the technological boom that Japan kind of had. So very rural, very village-like setting.
So,
Gives you that the fog vibes are there as well.
So out of curiosity, like, does it relate to the other Silent Hill games, or
I'm
is it
still
its
playing
own-
it, and I think a lot of Silent Hill games have connected lore, but a lot of them are also standalones.
Yes.
That's the kind
Well-
of. I think the developers did say with F, it is a Silent Hill standalone,
Okay,
primarily because it's also not a numbered.
it's lettered.
Yeah, and the letter is a sonnet, I think, like a piano kind of musical.
Okay.
yeah.
So F like with the italics for like
Yeah,
40.
yeah.
In music they call it
Yeah, 40. And-
forte, which
and
means it's
yeah. I mean, the music is very key to kind of the gameplay because as you approach enemies and the tension builds up, obviously the more music gets really
because-
scary.
Yeah, because forte in
Intense.
music forte means when you play the notes slightly louder than you normally would.
Yeah, and there are musical elements in the game.
Yeah.
Again, you are playing this teenager, middle schooler, or just graduated from middle school rather. And there's you're in between two worlds as well. This is not a spoiler, it's there in the
That's in
trailers.
every Silent Hill game.
That's in
actually.
every Silent Hill. I think except for 2, honestly, because 2 was mostly the town.
No, 2 also, because you have the Nightmare World where you travel, like everything's like kind of rusted and corrupted.
True.
Yeah.
True. Again, it's you had the spirit world, which is more like has more shaman aspects to it, and then you have the village world where like there's real life. You know, if you played any Silent Hill, a lot of this is due to the messed up minds of the people.
Yes.
Um,
Like it's all, a lot of them is like, well, Silent Hill 1 it was like more like demonic summoning,
correct.
etc.
Yeah.
Silent Hill 2 was a lot of the psyche,
Yeah. Guilt-ridden.
guilt-ridden,
and,
etc.
kind of-
Silent Hill 3 goes back to the summoning
Yes.
because it's related to Silent Hill 1.
Yep.
Then 4, 5, 6 we won't
Yeah,
talk
like,
about
like I said, this was gonna be like a standalone, and I think the direction that
They're going
Konami
with.
is taking is a lot of standalone kind of stories.
I want to say something about Konami, but let me read the comments
Yeah.
first. Okay, so Shaji has been playing FC26 and F1 2025.
Nice.
25, yes. Abdullah Nasser has been playing Hades 2 also,
Nice.
as well as a game called Katanaut, roguelike Metroidvania, and a game called Bestie Ball. Think Pokemon meets volleyball. We don't talk about Pokemon. And Badur has been playing Elden Ring Night Ring. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Guess it's my turn to say which game I've been playing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Warframe. Just
No.
Warframe.
Warframe.
Warframe. I've been back to Warframe.
Interesting. Well, speaking of free-to-play games.
Free-to-play games.
Yeah.
Just leave that for a side. I want to talk about Konami. Who would have thought Konami would be making a comeback and
They're making games.
They're making games again.
Yeah, they're making games. I mean,
Metal
they're-
Gear Delta.
To be fair, they're outsourcing a lot of their IPs as well. Like Delta.
But at least there's an attempt to go back to the market.
Delta was a big success.
Yes.
As remakes go. A lot of people keep saying how, we've talked about this in previous episodes. They really kept the spirit of the old games. And I think they will going forward. And they already kind of released a poll now, just gauging where everyone's interest is in the next Metal Gear game that they'd like to see remade. So I think they are actually considering the fans.
MGS4.
Just for.
Well, 4 is going to be released from PS3 prison.
Yeah,
soon.
get it out.
Soon.
Yeah,
Get it
because
out
they
of
did
PS3 prison.
confirm in Tokyo Game Show recently. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Tokyo Game Show. They had a booth and they had the panel of the director speaking. They did mention that they are working on Volume 2, which has MGS4,
Yes.
has Peace Walker, and
Oh, Peace Walker as well.
yeah,
Nice.
probably 5 as well. So the next mainline saga, Metal Gears.
What about Survivor?
Yeah, well, you mean Survive. Yeah, we don't talk about I think Volume 2, yeah, finally people are waiting for, an MGS4 release that's not in PS3 prison, besides the PC mods that you're seeing.
True. Okay, so let's end the show within 20 minutes. Let's talk about the last two subjects, 10 minutes that, 10 minutes that, and we end it.
Yep.
So let's talk about Blockblasters Malware. Shut up, all of
Watch
you.
your mouth. It's PG.
This is a
stream.
PG show. We don't talk about this language. There was this poor patient who has cancer. Goes by the name of, where is it? Rastaland TV. So he has stage 4 cancer, and he raises funds for other cancer patients. There was a game on Steam called BlockBlasters, which came with a malware. It stole his cryptocurrencies,
Okay.
and thankfully, there were people who were watching the stream who were cybersecurity, who knew in cybersecurity,
Yeah.
and they were able to track down the lost funds and give the details to the FBI.
So
and
they
the
tracked
FBI,
the IP address, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
The stupid thing about those guys were they kept their actual information within the game files.
Okay.
Genius.
Geniuses. So thank you for being stupid.
So they left
They left a
digital
paper
trace.
trace.
basically.
Yes, they left a proper digital trace for themselves. So thankfully, that they were
You guys money back.
apprehended, and the guy got, even because of this case that happened, he got more funds for his for his funding.
Amazing.
Amazing, really
good
happy.
news,
for that.
yeah.
That is good news. From a sad news to a good news.
Yeah.
But my question is, how did the?
I will
malware go
explain to
through
you right
Steam?
How they get into Steam? in the
So
first
this is how it happens. So when you first publish a game on Steam, it goes through a trial phase, things like it detects anything wrong with the game. Then when you release updates for a game, it doesn't go through the same thing. So games that go through
It's a
updates,
massive oversight.
that is an extremely massive oversight.
I think a lot of scrutiny comes in, like you said, with the trial phase when the game first gets published. I think they just need to tighten. They probably will after this case.
But here's the thing, right? Out of millions and millions of games on Steam,
That's true.
only 4 have been detected with malware.
Yeah.
So
It's not a growing problem
It's-
now, but it could be.
it could be an
Yeah,
issue in the
yeah.
future, especially the more news we're hearing. It can.
I think to what
cause-
point does Steam become liable for
That's-
having these games in?
Who,
to their
they
own
are
platform?
liable because it is on their platform.
That's my point. Is it might be a going concern for now, and they might have to put stricter things. The thing is with Steam is, I know that they don't have that many employees. It's very
It's still a private company.
yeah, and it's also a very linear team, a thin team. So are they gonna exponentially improve their cybersecurity, or
They kind of have to, especially because if I understand correctly, they do scrutinize release of games but not content updates, correct?
No.
And games very regularly have content updates.
especially this day and age, patches.
So that's the thing, right, with the patches. And a lot of gaming companies, especially from AAA, they release a broken game and then
Well, yeah, or unfinished
Updates,
game
yes.
as well. Yeah, happens.
And the thing is, if they start scrutinizing these content updates, it makes it more inconvenient to developers to update their games at all.
Yes, true.
So it makes it harder for them.
They're gonna have to do like a basic audit, basically.
Yeah. So even for larger games, simple updates might even take longer than expected.
I think this day and age, you're expecting kind of these because people are getting creative with how they take your money.
Exactly.
Crime is becoming more creative, so you need to prepare yourself.
It has to be a lesson for Steam. They have to going forward.
So, Shaji, I'm reading your comment and I see what you've done there.
Yeah.
I ain't reading those names.
Okay.
You're not getting me with that. I've seen that joke way too many times. All right. Last topic of the day is where is it? You want to talk about Pokemon drama? The ice case.
Every time we have to mention
It
Pokemon.
gets me the views.
Yeah.
I want the views.
Thank you for being honest.
Subscribe, you bastards.
I think you take this.
Do
Do not sing it.
So there's a lot of controversy going on with Pokemon. One of them is that on a specific tweet, ICE, which is
Department of Homeland
the
Security.
Department of Homeland Security, used "Gotta Catch 'Em All" Pokemon.
Yeah. I hope Nintendo sue them. I really do.
What's
I very highly doubt it.
They're not gonna. They're just gonna. Guys, come on.
It's such a huge hassle to
I mean,
sue the US government.
Well, true. They can always pick on the YouTuber.
They're going to pick on the little guys. They won't pick
Like
on someone
Palworld.
larger than them.
Yeah.
They won't attack someone larger than them. Like
Speaking-
the typical bully tactics.
Speaking of bullying and Nintendo, Palworld is again.
Yeah, well, that's
So as soon as Nintendo announced a farming game with you play as Ditto, Palworld comes in out of left field and goes like, "Oh yeah, we also have a farming game. You play as the pals, and you farm."
I think it's driving them crazy because they can't
It
do much about it.
definitely is.
Yeah, I
It
think it's some
definitely
sort
is.
of inside joke.
Can Palworld sue Nintendo?
No, because they're not the same size. Like, they're
It would
smaller.
be funny. Yeah,
It would be nice. It would
that'd
be
be
nice.
hilarious. Yeah. Give them
Um,
a taste of their own medicine.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 2XKO announced TEMOOO. Disgusting. Disgusting.
Satan is in the game.
Satan's in the game.
I'm not gonna lie, he looks fun.
He looks fun. He looks fun. But my main issue is I've talked to you this about before. How he's a midget. How are you gonna like deal with the?
Okay, from my experience playing the game, there are not a lot of attacks that hit very high. Like there are obviously attacks that hit high in the air.
Yeah.
There are attacks that hit like straight in front of you. But hitbox wise, I can see him fitting in with the rest of the cast.
There's also
Okay.
like a lot of big bodies as well.
Yeah,
so
I can
this
see,
is
like-
refreshing from a design.
Yeah, I
perspective.
can see like vertical attacks hitting him because there are no attacks that go at least visually look like they go over his head unless they are intended to miss on grounded opponents. They're meant to attack air attack, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
He's
speaking
already
of which,
like I don't know
Yeah.
how is he gonna crouch for footsie
yeah,
attack?
there's another thing. How is his crouch animation? Is it going to be distinct from his standing animation? Because it has to be distinct. You have to be able to tell
Yes.
whether he's crouching or standing.
True.
That's a bigger concern. But I'll say this: TEMOOO is Satan, but there is a bigger cancer in 2XKO at the moment, and that is
Which
Yasuo.
is? Yeah, really.
Yasuo is such a pain in the butt to fight. Yasuo literally just hits you and gets you in a combo for ages.
Even in this game?
Yes, it's kind of his. It's kind of his.
It's his gimmick.
Yes.
My God.
Oh well.
All right, last topic, and we're ending it. World of Warcraft. You put this in the topics of the day, which is the Legion remix on October 7th, which is next week,
But the bigger thing for World of okay, go ahead. Sorry.
and Midnight changes. You mentioned that, but what
Yes.
changes?
Yesterday there was a deep dive for Midnight,
Okay.
where Ian Hazekostas and some of the other devs would give some more details into what's coming in Midnight, and basically new dungeons, the housing system is going to be introduced. They gave us a good look into the updated Silver Moon City, and something worthy of note is that they are one of the biggest changes that they're doing is they're going to take away, if I understand correctly, they're taking away the accessibility to the API during combat. In other words,
Damage meter.
No, in other words, you cannot make combat add-ons.
What about damage meter?
Damage meter is going to be built into the Warcraft UI.
Okay.
So WoW is going to be introducing a lot more UI changes in Midnight that will remove the need for, they claim, remove the need for add-ons. So damage meter is going to be introduced. They will add what they call a cooldown manager, which is basically to replace weak auras. They're going to have customizable nameplates to not require plater, for example. And they're going to stop you from using, say, like DBM or what, or like if you
DBM, which
or,
almost everyone needs.
Yes, or if you're using, do you use the add-on GTFO?
Yes.
Yes. So
Run away, little girl, run away.
So yeah, these kind of things, anything that access the files during combat, like specifically damage or healing or whatever, is going to be blocked from add-ons.
Wait, no, I kind of like this.
I
kind of like this. It's a very radical change, but I like this because it kind of throws me back into classic or like early Wrath of Lich King, which I didn't use add-ons, or even Catechism I didn't use add-ons until later on. Because everyone became so obsessed with like
they become
the perfections.
reliant on optimizing.
It makes it really difficult for new players to pick up the game because they pick up the game and then their friends tell them, "Are you using this add-on? Are you using that add-on? Are you using this?"
It's really
overwhelming. You're not playing the game right unless you use this add-on.
It's not optimized.
Yes.
It's crazy. It's a good change.
And the last topic is player housing details and early access on December 2nd.
December 2nd, if you have pre-purchased World of Warcraft Midnight, you will have access to a limited version of housing.
Is it being released this year?
December Midnight? Midnight's coming out next year.
Next year.
I'm not sure which month exactly, but next year. In fact, actually, tonight, it's going into alpha.
Oh!
Yeah, tonight it's going into alpha. So people are going to get their first look at the game, the updated Silver Moon.
More feed pics.
Yeah, that's a given. And some details on the housing is that in addition to housing, you will have neighborhoods.
Okay.
So basically the way it starts is there are two main neighborhoods, like possible, like I'm talking about tile sets for the zone. One is going to be like outside of Stormwind, so like an Elwyn Forest themed neighborhood, and one is going to be outside of Orgrimmar, which is going to have like a Durotar based neighborhood. And then the housing is going to have like for Horde there will be like a Orc or Blood Elf architecture. For Alliance you'd have either human or Night Elf architecture.
Okay, so like something more green, something more.
Yeah, so basically like to get more and immersed.
And
into
I'm guessing
the world.
later on down the line they're going to introduce like undead,
probably,
etc.
probably. Here's the thing though. These housing customizations are not faction locked.
Oh, so you can have a human living in an orc.
It's possible that you can have mixed faction neighborhoods. It's one of their ways of trying to break the faction barrier.
I don't like them breaking the faction barrier.
It's a trend that's been happening for a while. Accept it.
Oh, thanks. And with that, I guess we'll end the show.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a thing with
This game is
neighborhoods.
built on diversity.
So here's the thing.
Diversity where we hate each other, not we love each other and hold hands.
Here's the thing with the neighborhoods. There are going to be two types of neighborhoods. There are going to be public and private neighborhoods.
Okay. So I guess one's for guilds or something else?
Guilds are a subcategory of private neighborhoods.
Okay.
So like you, as a guild, the guild leader creates a neighborhood and then invite only guild members can fit in that neighborhood. A certain neighborhood can have up to 50 houses, they said. So up to 50 houses. And if the guild is larger than 50 people, then the next 50 would go in like a second instance.
And it's not like Final Fantasy where people have to rush it to buy a house.
No, everyone can have access to housing.
I think that's the best thing they've done.
Yeah, because in Final Fantasy, for those who haven't played Final Fantasy 14, housing is limited. So not everybody can have a house.
Yeah, you literally have to like
market scarcity.
There is market scarcity.
Digital market scarcity. That's what pisses me
And if
off.
you stay unsubscribed for a certain amount of time,
you
lose the house.
You lose the house.
Yeah, it's like the bank forecloses.
Yeah, basically the
mortgage
bank
payment.
You have to continue paying for your subscription.
That's crazy. Man.
So in World of Warcraft, there is no such feature. It's you get the house, it's yours forever.
Yeah, very socialist.
Here's the thing,
like
as well with private neighborhoods, you can evict people you don't like.
Wait.
I don't know the details and how it's possible.
I think maybe it's a community vote.
It's possibly
be
a
nice.
community vote.
Okay.
Because in case there's like a troublemaker or something in the neighborhood, you
ruining
don't
the
want
guild's
ruining their reputation.
I
you can
wonder
kick them
how that's gonna go with
out. That
RP
said,
realms.
you cannot kick people out of public.
Fair. Yeah,
Okay.
that's fair.
So some people have gone on to call the public neighborhoods.
So if you think of
Some people
think
have-
of guilds, they're gated communities.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's
So there have been people who have started calling the public neighborhoods. They start calling them trailer parks.
yeah,
Because that's where the people go when they don't have
Yeah.
friends. Or something.
yeah. But even if you like stab the tire, you can't go anywhere.
And stab the Kodo's leg.
Crazy.
But that's interesting the ways they're doing things. I really like the direction they're going with housing.
I like that.
That's cool.
Like, even though I'm not subscribed to World of Warcraft, like, even I've been playing the game for almost 17 years? Ugh, late PC. Anyway, crazy amount of time. And I guess with that, we will end the show. Thank you both for
Thank you for having me.
like coming over. Thank you for like giving us the insight on the situation in Capcom, Street Fighter in general,
and money just being,
inflation.
Yeah.
And thank you all for tuning in. Have a good night, and thank you for joining
Thank you.
us.